You are now entering Nyghtstorm Nation.
All I have to say is this.
Child abuse.
If you are one of those people
Divorce.
that have been put down all of your life,
Infidelity.
beat up and trapped in a pit of woe,
Depression.
it is time for you to stand up with the Nyghtstorm Nation, because we aren't going anywhere. NYGHTSTORM, the man not afraid to be transparent, as I help real people with real issues. And my co-host is my queen, my stunningly gorgeous wife.
Hello, hello. This is Toby George Nyghtstorm, and I'm the woman not afraid to tell the truth about how things really are. And this is Nyghtstorm Radio. Radio gone real because we are you.
Yeah, now if you want to hit us up in the ATL, you dial 404-355-8699. And to all the Nyghtstorm Nation around the country, 866-923-2860 and love860.com. Now, sweetheart, what's the conflict for today, baby?
Well, today we're going to be talking about how to successfully co-parent with your ex.
Uh-oh. Now, some folk got some issues with that one.
Yes. That's not the most easiest thing to do, especially when you have baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, baby mama family drama, baby daddy family drama, your cousin, best friend, everybody know what you should and shouldn't be doing. So co-parenting with your ex can be very challenging.
Now, sweetheart, we are in the ATL.
Yes, we are.
And we got an issue with somebody with some co-parenting issues. Now, our Atlanta brother, Chris Bridges, a.k.a. Ludacris, is having some serious baby mama drama.
Yes.
Now, according to TMZ, and I hate to quote TMZ sometimes, but according to TMZ, Ludacris says the baby mama who is waging war with him gave him an ultimatum for the ages. She said, give me a car or I'm going public with all our stuff.
What? A car?
A car, a whip.
Wow. Alrighty then. Well, Ludacris filed legal documents in which he reveals the drama behind his child support fight with Tamika Fuller. And he asked the judge back in September to issue a gag order because he's a major celebrity of great notoriety. So Luda argued throughout the U.S. and even in Georgia, judges often allow public figures to keep their sexual indiscretions under wraps.
Wait a minute, hold up. So the average Joe can mess up and everybody gonna know. But if you a celebrity, through the legal system, you can keep all your dirty laundry under wraps. Is that what you saying, baby?
That's what he's saying. Now, Luda claimed the gag was essential because Tamika demanded that he give her a whip and $7,500 for her lawyer's retainer, or else she would put him on blast.
Wow.
So he fathered a kid with her and while he was still with his longtime fiance, Edoxa Agnon.
Now,
I'm sorry, that's Eudoxie. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Eudoxie. She has a very unique name.
Now, Nyghtstorm Nation, the judge didn't care that Luda is a multi-millionaire platinum-selling artist. And the judge rejected the request. Now, we don't know if Tamika got her car, but what we do know is that this drama has been brewing for a while now. Now, apparently, Tamika is going all in because she is claiming that Ludacris would rather spend his money on kibbles and bits rather than their newborn daughter. Allegedly asked the court to put a strict cap on his $1,700 a month child support obligations, but Tamika immediately filed papers herself stating that Luda has millions of dollars in the bank, an impressive $80 million between 2006 and 2012, and spends roughly, get this baby, $7,000 a month on lawn care and $5,000 a month on his pets. Wow, are you kidding me?
I know our dogs are like, what?
I know, right?
What?
That's a lot of change.
Look. All right, so she's basically saying that if he can spend all this money on his pets and on the grass that they poop on, he can pay her what she wants. She also wants him to pay all of her lawyer fees so she can afford to hire an attorney so she can sue him for more money.
Oh, wait a minute. She want him to give her more money just so she can sue him for some more. Okay.
All right.
Keep on going.
Keep going for it. Now, a member of Nyghtstorm Nation has sent us an email describing the website dedicated to helping women find the baller of their dreams. And it's called, get this, balleralert.com.
Wait a minute, my queen. You talking about there is a website that's dedicated to helping young ladies find ballers called balleralert.com, really?
They didn't have that back in the day. You just had to go hang out in Buckhead and hope for the best, right? All right, well, technology. Now, in the article named Ballerific Travel, Snag a Baller in New Orleans, and this was posted by a Tracy McShady.
Tracy McShady? Wait, hold on. Tracy McShady.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I quote, New Orleans is a super fun city. If you're looking for a good time and good food, this is the place to be. Many don't know that you can also find a baller here. Many films and commercials are filmed in New Orleans, so spotting the actor is not rare. New Orleans has been home to large sports events as well, including the Super Bowl in 2013 and NBA All-Star Weekend in 2014. So without a doubt, New Orleans is a great city to go baller hunting.
Oh,
did you get your pens and paper out?
Wow, that's a great city to go baller hunting.
Wow. Baller hunting, be on the prowl. Now, this is one reason why people are not successfully co-parenting, because they're having children for all the wrong reasons.
Now, Nyghtstorm Nation, I know that can be funny, but we finna get just a wee bit serious here. Now, those are extreme cases dealing with celebrities and rich folks. But the average Janes and Joes are having difficulty as well. Now, we have all heard the stories of guys getting chicks pregnant and refusing to help them with the baby.
Yes, we have.
We've heard these. And the latest case, the most popular case right now, is a 33-year-old Tennessee native, Desmond Hatchett, a.k.a. the man with 30 kids. Now, he technically only has 24 biological children, and he was found to be not the father of 6 of them.
Okay.
But he petitioned the courts saying that he could not afford child support. Now,
okay, wait, I got a question. So he had a biological testing done, and so that's how you got to technically being only the father of 24, because there were 30.
It was 30.
So 6 of them, he did a little Maury Povich thing, and it wasn't the father.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm just trying to follow. Make sure I understand what you're saying.
He only got 24 kids.
Okay.
That's
just set it straight. Gotcha.
All right, now check this out, sweetheart. His 11 baby mamas are livid because they state that he makes no attempts to help them as he is back on the hunt, siring more kids. Now, this brings up our Nyghtstorm Nation letter. And we get folks from the Nyghtstorm Nation. They write us letters all the time, and they say, Nyghtstorms, do this topic. We want to hear y'all talk about this.
Okay.
So let's get into this.
Your wish is our command.
Yes, Nyghtstorm Nation, we listen to you. So, Nyghtstorm Nation letter number 1. I love my kids very much, but I do not think it's fair that the court system is so hard on men who do not pay child support, but are very lenient on women when they owe the dad. Before I got custody of my kids, I was arrested for non-payment of child support. When I got out, the state had me paying over half of my monthly income to her. I explained that I could not afford to pay that much, and the judge told me to just get another job, support my kids, and be a man. My ex would tell my kids that I was a deadbeat and I did not want to take care of them. She would take the money from child support and go to the club with her friends and buy expensive clothes. My kids didn't see a dime. Now that I have temporary custody, she has not paid me anything, and the judge refuses to throw her in jail. I hate my baby mama. Wow. Now, sir, thank you for your letter.
Wow, that was,
and we appreciate that. So, how you feel about this letter from our Nyghtstorm Nation member, sweetheart? How you feel about this?
Well, there's 2 sides to every story. And you do have judges that you made it, you made it, so take care of it. And that's the way it is. And that goes both ways.
Right.
So I think it should be fair on both sides, don't you?
Well, sometimes I tell you this with the fellas that I work with who are dealing with this, and I say, look, hey, you had fun making the kid. You're going to have to deal with the drama and the stress of taking care of the kid. And Lord knows we got 7 children. Okay, so it was a whole lot of fun making them. But it's going to be a whole lot of HE double hockey sticks taking care of them. So I tell you this, but brother, I'm going to say this. You got to understand how the system works sometimes. And it's not always fair. And there are plenty of women screaming right now saying, YG, these dudes, they get us pregnant. And then they step off. And then they go be with my best friend. And they get her pregnant. And then they step off. And then they go get with my cousin. And then they get her pregnant. And they step off. And he ain't taking care of none of these children.
But then that would call into question the young ladies now, wouldn't it? If she's already gotten with your cousin and your friend.
If all of a sudden get quiet on Nyghtstorm Nation.
Why are we laying down? But all right. I mean, but the good thing is there are people that have learned to be responsible.
Yes.
And to co-parent and to take care of their responsibilities and do everything they need to do. I mean, we have a lot of successful stories out there about people that have come together and said, this is not about us, this is about the children. And it has absolutely nothing to do with who you seeing now. I don't like that chick you with, I don't like that dude you with. It has to do with the children and what's going on with them and their needs and making sure that's taken care of, right?
Yes, ma'am, it is. And I want to say this also, and I want to go back a little bit to this Ludacris case, okay? Because Tamika said, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to put you on blast. Okay, now she knew he was with somebody, just like he knew he was with somebody, okay? And she knew that there are certain things that come with celebrity, okay? And if you're going to do things in the dark, then obviously that's what he wants you to be. He wants you to stay right there. But now
Anyway, that is not going to work. What? The game has changed.
What? Wait, sisters, what do you mean
let me tell you something. It don't matter. And when I say sisters, I'm not just talking about my African-American sisters. I'm talking about all females. It's on all the TV shows and everything. It's about branding now, darling.
What?
It's not about getting with celebrities and hanging out in the background anymore and y'all had y'all little things. They won't. They're not selling for the apartment anymore. They want the whole freaking complex. They want their name on the cars. They want to be known. They write books now. We got tell-alls. They have a whole format. So it's not about being happy with being somebody he come and see when he got 5 minutes.
Now hold on, sweetheart. In the old days,
it's
in
2014.
The old days,
but it's 2014.
The dude would be successful, right? And he'll have his pretty Stepford wife living in the big old house, got his company, and then he might take a little trip down, cross town, and he got him a little something extra, and she was more than happy to stay in her lane. What happened between me and now? I ain't advocating this stuff.
The light
obviously.
came on.
The light came on.
The light came on.
Okay, and chicks started to understand they can market off of this stuff.
I'm just saying. But the point is when they have these, intimate moments and the child comes about, you have to take care of the child.
Right.
And you don't want all this drama because Luda isn't the only one. Back in the day, our good person Diddy had that same problem going on.
No, not Diddy.
So it happens in different situations.
Even Dwayne Wade now.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade has come out. So the thing is, when these children come along, because it's one thing when it's just a good time. When the children come about, Dad, you did it. Mom, you did it. You made the bed. Now you got to lie in it. You have to raise these children, and you have to be amicable. No one said this got to be your best friend because you had a child, because a lot of times they just wanted to hit it and go.
Right.
That's, the honest truth. They just was there.
That's the guy code.
That's the,
That's the guy code.
And get on, move on to the next one. But if you don't go in there protected, then, children come about.
Well, I know I hear the Nyghtstorm Nation men screaming at me right now like, YG, stand up and say something. Well, I'm saying something, fellas. I've been in your shoes, man. And I understand when you're out there, because before I was with my wife and even before I was with my first wife, I was out there. I had girlfriends, I had chicks, and I was getting in trouble. Fortunately, I ain't have nothing to come back 9 months later and say, hey, how you doing, Pop? Mm-hmm. But I would say this, when you're out there and you know what you're doing, mm-hmm. and you got this chick, and this chick might not be somebody you want to take home to mama, but this is somebody that you met in a club or you met, somewhere, and you went and you did something, then you also have to know in the back of your mind, what if we create an eternal attachment through this union mm-hmm. of fun?
Because it's not the child's fault.
It's not the child's fault. Mm-hmm. But a lot of fellas don't think about what if. We only think about what's going on now in the moment. Mm-hmm. Okay, we don't think about what's finna happen ahead of time because we already got so much baggage from our past. We just want to have some fun right now. And this young lady, she looking good and she making it easy for me. We ain't got to work for it. We ain't got to pay for it. We can just go on and have some fun. Mm-hmm. But what if all that fun we having creates an eternal attachment, mm-hmm. okay? And we don't think about that. And a lot of us men and ladies alike, we are the product of unions and we are the eternal attachments. And our daddies told us bye-bye a long time ago because they didn't want to deal
with the mother.
They didn't want to deal with the mama for whatever reasons, mm-hmm. whether she was tripping or he just was not willing to do what he wanted to do. We are eternal attachments that were not wanted.
But the thing that you have to think about is the effect that it has on the child.
Exactly.
You have to think about the psyche of that child and how that child is growing up thinking, what's wrong with me? Why didn't dad want to be here? Or why did mom give me the dad and skip on about her business also? Because like we said, it goes both ways. So we want to get deep into that subject of co-parenting.
Deep.
And how to do it successfully.
Deep.
And how to make sure that we are raising people that can be productive and not come out and be monsters on the world because they weren't getting what they needed at home.
Or they ain't getting no whips that they want. So I'll tell you this. So for one quick thing, before we go to break, I want to say this. We appreciate y'all joining the Nyghtstorm Nation. And as you see, my wife, Toby George Nyghtstorm, and I, we're going to talk about real stuff. And fellas, sit on down because we're going to teach you how to co-parent. Young ladies, sit on down because we're going to teach you how to co-parent. We done been through the storms. And we done been through all the crevices and the cracks. And guess what? I got my ex-wife up here. And so we finna get deep.
I know. The radio stations just said, what? What?
Yeah, but I got my ex-wife and a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be going on because there have been so much drama with so many people dealing with so many things like this. But we are going to handle our business as we go to break. We'll see you on the other side. Nyghtstorm Radio.
Man, my wife gets on my nerves, my kids get on my nerves, my boss get on my nerves. Life is really kicking me in the eye.
Hold on, good sir.
Who's that?
I'm your conscience. And I'm here to tell you about YG Nyghtstorm's book, All Action, No Talk. It is a book he wrote to help out people like us dealing with crap, garbage, and generally irritating things that makes life difficult.
Okay. Can he find me a new younger wife that does that sexy thing when she...
Hold on now. This book can help us improve our current marriage, improve our relationships with our children, and help us defeat the adversity of life challenges. Now get it together and go to Nyghtstorm.com, NYGHTSTORM.com, and buy the book.
Nyghtstorm.com, you say?
Yes, Nyghtstorm.com.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. Anything to make you shut up.
Whatever.
Hey, you, guy or gal that's listening, are you enjoying the Nyghtstorms? Good. If you want the 411 on me, YG Nyghtstorm,
and me, Toby George Nyghtstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nyghtstorm, visit Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Check out our informative blogs, videos, and see what Nyghtstorm Nation is doing to benefit the community. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
Thanks again for listening to the Nyghtstorms on Nyghtstorm Radio every Thursday at 11 a.m. to noon on Love 860 a.m. Atlanta's inspirational station. We are you.
Hi everyone, it's me, Lady Nyghtstorm, and have I got news for you. Want to know how to keep up with us and what we're doing in the community? It's easy. Just like us on Facebook at Nyghtstorm Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Nyghtstorm Radio and become part of the Nyghtstorm Nation mailing list at Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM. Keep up with all our promotions, contests, and latest happenings. Nyghtstorm Radio. We are you.
You are now rocking with the Nyghtstorms on Atlanta's inspirational station, Love 860 AM WAEC. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to Nyghtstorm Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook at Nyghtstorm Radio and on Twitter at Nyghtstorm Radio. Stay tuned and informed with the Nyghtstorms and join the Nyghtstorm Nation on Nyghtstorm NYGHTSTORM.com.
Yeah, we are back, and I am finna introduce my ex-wife. Cue that music, please. Oh, yeah. We gotta do this right, Nyghtstorm Nation. If you don't know, you better tell somebody. Our distinguished guest today hails from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas, Texas, and right here in the ATL. Determined to not be the average chick, she went back to school to get a degree in psychology. With 20 years of experience on building healthy co-parenting relationship skills, this awesome teenagers is a shining example of a woman dedicated to creating strong, positive bonds between her kids and her ex-husband. I should know because I'm her baby daddy. Now, ladies and gentlemen of Nyghtstorm Nation, it is my honor, privilege, and pleasure to introduce to you the high yellow lady that had 3 kids with me, my incredible ex-wife, Tarika Williams. Yeah.
Hello.
How you doing, Tarika?
I'm great.
Good. Okay, all right, now we finna get into, ladies, the top 8 reasons of destructive co-parenting. Okay, and I'm gonna go down the reasons, and I want y'all's opinions because it's a lot of folks out there who need help dealing with this. And since we have been co-parenting for a long time, Rika and my queen Toby, we gonna drop some knowledge. So, 8 reasons of destructive co-parenting. One reason, number 1, is feuding parents demonizing the other parent. Okay, so what do you got to say about that one, Tarika?
Well, I totally think that totally putting down the other parent is not good for the children because it puts in the children's head to think bad of the other parent, and they don't know the whole story. And a lot of times, the children are too young to even understand at the time what happened, the reason why the parents aren't together anymore. The last thing that a parent should do is talk down about the other parent. If anything, they should lift that parent up and say, hey, your mom or your dad, they love you. We're not together anymore, but we love you. And you need to love your dad, love your mom, and, and put positive things in their mind about their parents and not put your personal feelings about that other individual in their child's mind.
Right. And my queen, your opinion about that?
I think a lot of time that comes to ego, and wanting to have someone on your side because you mad at the other parent because it didn't work out. A lot of times that parent, you may still have feelings for the other one, and you're hurt because now he or she is with somebody else. So in order to get somebody on your side to not like him because he got a new chick or not like her because he got a new dude, then I'm the better person. You understand what I'm saying? You like me more because I do this, this, and that, and he or she hasn't done this, this, or that. Is that, what you're getting from it on demonizing?
Yeah, okay, because basically, as a man who has gone through stuff like this, and, we are always transparent on our show and dealing with this, because none of us are perfect. Right. We've all gone through things, Lord knows y'all had to put up with me and my stupid stuff.
Yes.
I mean, you ain't got to say yes.
She was quick with it. Yeah, we sure did.
I'm just saying, Lord knows I was not the perfect, person, especially in my youth, when I just ticked off both of y'all to God's ankles. So,
to God's ankles.
But I will say this: building parents do harm. It does harm the child very much because I grew up in a household with feuding parents, and all I saw was my mom and dad arguing over stuff, and it always trickled down to me, and I felt like I wasn't worth them stopping their garbage to take care of me. And it gave me a complex of an inferiority complex that I'm not worth anything. So that is where I came from, and that is what we try not to do, what we make sure we don't do with our children. So yes, my queen.
No, I was just going to say, a lot of times the parents don't even realize that they're doing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they're just venting. They have hurt feelings, or it's not going the way that they want it to go, and they're just venting, and the kids are there, and they're having an adult conversation with a child.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Doesn't want to really be in the middle because the child loves you both. Yeah. Loves mom, loves dad. Each parent plays a part in a child's life. Each parent is important in a child's life. And they don't want to, my daddy act like this? My mama act like that? And let me just say that it wasn't just you having to be put up with. Nobody's perfect,
That's
we
right.
done did.
I was waiting on y'all to come on in with that one. Y'all leaving me hanging.
We gonna leave you hanging. We
had our share of issues too.
Yeah.
Now hold up, Nyghtstorm Nation. This is epic. I got my wife and my ex-wife saying they had issues too. Wow. Because normally it's just me apologizing and saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Wow. I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to be better. Okay.
We ain't going to let you hang out like that.
Okay. All right. Now, another one. Number 2 of the 8 reasons of destructive co-parenting. Keeping the child away from the other parent. All right, so Toby, we're going to let you roll with this one first. What you think about that?
Well, a lot of times that's because they ain't paid child support. And they're using that as a weapon. If you want to see your child, then you're going to pay.
Right.
Even though legally they can't do that, and a lot of people, don't know their rights. Your child support payment is one thing. Your visitation thing is a totally different thing. And they try to use that as a pawn. But this is not an apartment. You can't say, well, I ain't paying the rent because my toilet's still running. So this is having an effect on a child's mom. Why can't I see daddy, or why can't I see mama? Well, he ain't paid me, so he can't see you. So, okay, this is the price of admission now. Yeah. In order to see me, you got to pay. And that's another thing. And we're not realizing that this is what the child is learning as acceptable. So when they grow up, they're like, oh, well, when I was little, mom wouldn't let dad see me unless he paid. So I guess that's the way you do it. So you can't see your child unless you pay.
That's right. That's right. Tarika?
And with that, basically, that's using the kid as a pawn and as a tool to hurt the other parent.
Right.
And making it about money. It's not all about the money. At the end of the day, it's about the love, the affection, that quality time that every child needs with their parent, whether it be the father that is, that's the non-custodial parent, or if it's the mother that's the non-custodial parent. So you can't use money as a means of, well, if you don't pay me child support this week, or you telling me you don't have it, then you can't see your kids. Those children still need both of their parents, because a mother cannot be a mother and a father. Okay? And a father can't be a mother and a father. It's a reason why God provided mothers and fathers, because both are intricate and very important in that child's life. So we need to get past all of this money, being money hungry. Yes, it does take money to take care of children, but we need to have the ability to instill the moral values in those children, so that way they can be raised up in an environment where they can actually be successful, they can be stable citizens, and they know how to live their life and live it productively in a good family, setting, and where there's not always a fight over money.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, it comes to no surprise that I am in total agreement with both of you. Because now, from the fella's point of view, because some guys say, well, since, I ain't paying child support, my baby mama ain't going to let me see the kids. Well, I'm just going to give up. No, that's your child. Go and see your children. They need you. And it is your responsibility, fellas. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you made it. You got to pay for it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now I understand, how Ludacris is talking, hey, some chicks can say, I want $1 million, even though Tamika Fuller ain't saying that. But I want $1 million for you to see your kid. Okay. I understand sometimes child support can be incredibly expensive, but do not use child support as a crutch to keep you from seeing your children. Okay. All right. Now, the third reason of the top 8 reasons of destructive co-parenting is competing for the child's affection on birthdays and holidays. Okay, Torika, what you think about that one, sister?
Well, we never had that problem with competing for, affection from the kids on holidays and birthdays. I mean, we always come together, as a family. We're a blended family. And we never fight over, well, you spent time with him, more time with him on his birthday than I did. No, we come together, and it's not about trying to compete for the child's affection. Your child loves you. They love both of their parents. So I mean, it's not about a competition. There is no competition. This is your child. This is not a race, And we should be open to coming together, celebrating the life that was brought forth, from both parties, whether you're together or not. Because again, like Toby said earlier, it's not about the parents and whatever our issues were in the past. It's about the children. It's about their needs. And it's about knowing that they have that support system behind them, regardless of it being a birthday, a holiday, or whatever other occasion that it may be.
Yes, ma'am. And Toby, your opinion, my queen?
In the beginning?
Yeah.
In the very beginning?
In the beginning.
Man, please. I was all into, I know when my ex-husband and I first divorced, that was a wonderful Christmas for our children. Because it was like, I could get more toys for you, kid, and I can get you a TV. Well, I can get you clothes. I can get you that. They were just like, wow, what's here? What's here? What's here? Oh, my God. I got a scooter. I got skates. I got a bike. I got a TV. Oh, I got this coat. Oh, I got these shoes. Oh, my God. They were sad until Christmas came, because it was like, oh, what he buy you? What he say he gonna get? Oh, I gotta go get something better than that. It was just that natural, I'm gonna show you I'm the better parent type thing. And it really did. 5 o'clock in the morning in the lines at Walmart to make sure that special Razor scooter that they wanted, that the other one said he can't afford to get that. I'm like, oh, let me go and get it.
Yeah, because you had me up at 5 o'clock. I remember. You like, get up and let's go. I remember that.
So I think in the beginning that I'm going to say pettiness, because it was petty. That pettiness and making yourself broke to prove that I can do what you can't do is natural. But as you get older and more into it, and you look at your bills and go, dang, I'm going to have to swap out the light bill for getting a little more food today because I spent so-and-so amount on getting these scooters. That's when reality starts to set in. So, it's like Tarika said, it's not about the money, but we do... Humanly, we're petty in the beginning because we want to prove that, he didn't leave me or she didn't leave me because I was a bad person, because look how good I am to you. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and unfortunately, excuse me, a lot of parents are dealing with that. A lot of folks who are done broke up or got divorced, and they still bitter at the ex, and they like, I want to show you as the child that I'm better, and your mama was just evil because look how good I am. Or your daddy just because look at how I treat you. Okay, so we got to get past that, folks, because we like Tarika said, we are a blended family, and we understand that the children's needs come first before our petty egos, and emotions. So now, number 4 of the 8 reasons of destructive parenting is unequal financial responsibility with child support, health insurance, or extracurricular activities. And when the burden falls on the other family members. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Toby, come on with that one.
Well, sometimes one parent, it's hard to support 2 houses. And that's the one thing I will give, to guys. Because a lot of time it falls on them to have to, when the divorce happens, they're not only having to find them a new place to live, and they got new rent, they got additional bills, but then it's easier, how that old song back in the day says, cheaper to keep her, because at least you had one household, and your money was still staying in one house. But then when you're divorced, or you go your separate ways, now I got to not only shell out money for them, and then I got money coming out my check for, this amount and that amount, but then I also got to take care of my own household over here. That's a challenge, especially if you only have one job. So I can see how people can start complaining when your net ain't meeting your gross as it is, and then you got this taken out for health insurance, and they want to play football, they want to do cheerleading, and this, that, and the other, and you got to feed yourself and do everything you need to do.
Okay, and Tarika?
You're right, and that is a challenge. And but then it comes down to communication between both parents. Communicating, determining, okay, you take care of the health insurance. I'm going to take care of the extracurricular activities with school. I mean, it's about sitting down, being able to talk out and make out a plan and work that plan, for it to come together. Because at the end of the day, mother didn't make the child by herself. The father didn't either. So it's both parties coming together to determine the best means of providing for that child. And it's about communication and just laying it out on the table and going with it. And it would work a lot smoother being that way. So.
Yeah, and that definitely hits home because, especially, Rika, when you and I first got divorced, and I ain't have no money. And a lot of this stuff, and you couldn't afford to take care of all these children on your own. So your parents actually did a lot of heavy lifting, for us. And I am eternally appreciative to them. As a matter of fact, I even tell them all the time, thank you.
Yes, you do.
Cause especially when I could not financially take care of my children the way I wanted to, your parents stepped up. But it was an unfair burden on them because it was my responsibility. But I will say thank you to them. So we're going to keep it moving. All right, number 6 of the 8 of destructive co-parenting. Number 5. Unequal attendance for school functions. Go ahead with that one, Rika.
I have a lot of children, because our children are in the band. And so you see a lot of children where they're looking for their parents. They want their parents' support, and they don't see their parents there. And they see that, myself, Nyghtstorm, you, Toby, we're all there supporting our children. And that makes our children feel good. It makes them feel, that what they're doing is, great and awesome. But it actually hurts a child, mentally, when they don't feel like they have that support of their parent being there to support them with the extracurricular activities they're in.
And that's another thing you cannot let child support keep you away from. Well, I ain't got the money. I want to hear them out. Look, you can sit on the other side of the stands. They ain't got to know that you're there.
That's right.
You can sit on the opposing team side. Long as they're there, and long as that child glimpse you, even if you're walking out, you ain't got to be, within hearing distance or where you can hear her shouting whatever at you. But as long as that kid can glance over and see, hey, I'm over here in the midst of everybody else, that'll make them feel good.
That's right.
Yeah, and on my note, I was there. And borrow some gas money and get to these kids' functions. But we are going to continue with this on the other end of the break. You are enjoying Nyghtstorm Radio on Love 860 WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. See you on the other side of the break.
To all event planners, Are you worried that your next corporate get-together is going to be boring?
Then invite the Nyghtstorms to speak at your next event and electrify your organization as we break down how to grow your business, fix broken relationships, and conquer life challenges.
So make your next event epic. Invite me and the Queen to rock the house with inspirational techniques designed to empower individuals and maximize their true potential.
And thanks for listening to Nyghtstorm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational station.
We are you.
This is Toby George Nyghtstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nyghtstorm, and I'm known as the woman not afraid to tell the truth about how things really are. And the truth I have to say to you is you should listen to Nyghtstorm Radio every Thursday from 11 to noon. And you should also like us on Facebook at Nyghtstorm Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Nyghtstorm Radio. And join the Nyghtstorm Nation mailing list on Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Nyghtstorm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. We are you. Why should you listen to Nyghtstorm Radio? Because we relate to you or someone you know with topics that are taken directly from our lives. Every time you tune in, you will hear a discussion about real subjects that affect real life. Why? Because we've been there. So join us right here on Love 860 AM WAEC every Thursday morning from 11 to noon. And tell a friend. Nyghtstorm Radio. We are you. Hello, Nyghtstorm Nation. This is Toby George Nyghtstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nyghtstorm, and I have a question for you. How much are you spending each day on lunch? $6, $7, $10 even? Do you know that for less than what you spend each week on lunch, you can advertise your business or service right here doing the show on Nyghtstorm Radio? Why don't you inbox us on Facebook, send us a message on Twitter, or drop us a line at Nyghtstorm.com. Let us show you how you can get your business or service out in front of the people. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to Nyghtstorm Radio. Now be sure to like us on Facebook and on Twitter at Nyghtstorm Radio. Stay informed and join the Nyghtstorm Nation at Nyghtstorm.com, NYGHTSTORM.com. Now when we left, we was talking about the 8 reasons of destructive co-parenting. Now we're gonna get into the last 3. Now, ladies, these last 3 are doozy. Number 6, when your ex is dating someone else. Hold on, hold your horses.
It goes for guys too, though.
Hold your horses. When your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse disciplines your child. Hold on. And when your kids call your ex's new boyfriend, girlfriend, or spouse mom or dad.
Wow. All of those are gut-hitting points right there.
But y'all should see the ladies up in. Okay, so real quick, Toby, what you got to say? Because all that kind of goes together. When your ex done got with somebody else, and now all HE double hockey sticks is breaking loose.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I have a friend who is with the guy who has a couple of baby mamas. Mm-hmm. And one of them, she's cool with. The child comes over, and that's not a problem. The other don't want to see her. She can't be in the car when he takes the child back. She can't be in the car when she picks the child up. She don't want her child at the house when she's there if he's going to be at work. And this just causing all kind of issue and drama. And she's like, I don't know if this going to work or what we going to do about this.
Okay, and Tarika?
Well, I mean, you do have a lot of resentment and bitterness sometimes from the spouse or the girlfriend about the other party. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of times due to what happened in their failed relationship. Mm-hmm. So, of course, now they're trying to lash out and get back at, the other party by, using the child and, by saying, oh, no, you're not calling him dad. You only have one dad. Or no, don't you call her mom? I birthed you, and I mean, and it's so petty. It's so petty because at the end of the day, if your ex-spouse has moved on, have remarried, and that new spouse is actually assisting with providing for your child, then that person, that new mother, new father that's in that child's life, they have that same responsibility of being entitled to be called mom, dad. That child knows who their birth mother is.
Yeah.
That child knows who their birth father is.
Yeah.
But we have to get our egos out the way and let our pride, just put that aside.
And another thing, too, about children, kids are real. If they ain't feeling you, they ain't calling you mama, daddy.
That's true.
Anyway.
That is so true.
Even if you tell them, call me daddy, boy.
That's true. If they don't like you and they know how you are, what your real thing is when mom and dad are not around and they're left alone with you, they're not going to have that respect to call the other person mom or dad anyways.
Now,
true.
that is absolutely true, ladies. And now we've talked a lot about the conflict and how to do this co-parenting thing wrong. And we've also touched on some things on how to make it right. So, but we really want to get to the nitty-gritty of this. So, sweetheart, if you can tell the Nyghtstorm Nation just some ways how we can fix this thing.
All right, the Nyghtstorm tip coming from YG Nyghtstorm's book, All Action, No Talk.
Wait a minute, say that title of that book one more time.
That is All Action, No Talk. Okay, we're going to come
By who the author of that?
Well, you know what? On the cover,
It says me,
it
right?
says YG Nyghtstorm.
But what's the truth?
But in the book,
Yes.
it was a collaboration.
It sure was. Keep on going, my queen.
But we're going to give you that, Barack. Your name can be on the front, but Michelle, it's right up in there.
Yes,
But whatever.
ma'am. I'm not arguing.
All right, so Chapter 5, Misery Loves Chaos, Absentee Daddies and the Home with No Structure, Dealing with Co-Parenting. Now, according to YG Nyghtstorm and, Ghost Whisperer right here in the background, to create a better co-parenting environment, you must first take your hurt feelings and pride out of the equation, just like Tarika was saying. Your feelings are important, but they are irrelevant when it comes to the task of successfully raising a child with someone you're no longer in a relationship with. Remember, this is not about you. It's about the child. And this will be difficult at first, but if you care enough and you want to resolve the conflict, then honestly ask yourself these questions. Number 1, is the other parent truly detrimental to your child's well-being? Number 2, is our child being abused or neglected when he or she is with the other parent? Number 3, even though I may not agree with the lifestyle of the other parent, is that lifestyle putting our child's life in any danger? Number 4, do I know for a fact that the other parent is allowing someone else to harm our child in any way? Number 5, is the other parent truly acting in the best interest of our child? And number 6, does the other parent want to be involved in our child's life? Now, if the answer is no to these questions, then there isn't any reason why your child or children should not be benefiting from having both parents actively involved in their lives. If you answer yes to any of these questions, then you have true cause for concern, and for the other parent, along with yourself, the two of you need to sit down and get some type of mediation. Some changes need to be made, and we need to figure out how the child is going to spend time with the other parent with all of this conflict and stuff going on. Now, what we don't want you to do, however, is to allow your baggage or that of other people to hinder you and hinder your children's relationship with the other parent.
Now, that's big time stuff there. And just like you said, sweetheart, by that, phantom author who wrote that wonderful book, but just being honest and real, that's real. Because you and I both grow up in, really, really bad circumstances with a broken family and seeing a whole bunch of war. And Tarika, fortunately, she had, both of her parents are still together now. And they are wonderful people. But on the perspective of just us, how we grew up and we see all this war and bickering back and forth, those questions, if he or she is not putting that baby in danger, and he or she don't have people around them that's hurting that child and causing that child to maybe lose their life or something like that, then there's no reason in the world why you should keep your child from the other parent.
Because a lot of
That's
times,
right.
guess what? A lot of times, it may not even be baby mama that's causing the problem. It could be baby's mama in her ear saying, you need to do it like this or you need to do it like that, because she didn't have the man in her life. That's where we go back to your baggage, putting, problems into a relationship. That the father and mother could have no problems with each other, but grandmama got a problem with them. She don't like them, so she gonna tell you, and that's your mama, so you gonna listen.
Right.
But you have to really step back and look at this and say, you know what, I love you, but we're causing issues that don't have to be here just because you don't like him, or dad, you don't like him. But this is still his father. This is who I laid down with, and he needs to have both parents, or she needs to have both parents in life.
Tarika?
True. I mean, I can't do nothing but agree, because when you let outside forces come in and actually, allow them to put their personal feelings, their personal opinions on what you should and should not do, then that causes more confusion. And then it causes more division. And then it again puts the child in the middle. And they're feeling like they're in a tug of war between their parents and their grandparents, and they're feeling like they have to choose between who should they love the best, who should they, and who they should pull away from, and that's not how it should be.
Exactly.
No, it's not how it should be. And Nyghtstorm Nation, we finna show you how it should be. I got my ex-wife in the studio with me, and this is how it should be. So brothers, pay attention. Hey, ex-wife, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Well, I appreciate the fact that you had these children for me. And I understand that I may not have been there for them as much as I should, and I may not have the amount of money that I need to have, but I appreciate your efforts and everything you do. And I know you are under extreme amounts of pressure, and you get mad at me sometimes because I'm not being the man that I need to be. But I honestly appreciate every single thing you and your family have done for my children, and I will step up and make it right. Just give me a little more time.
And that right there breaks down the walls. And
That's
that
right.
there opens up communication.
It opens up communication, and it opens up me saying, I accept your apology. I forgive you. I forgive myself, because it's not one-sided. In order to move forward, you have to forgive one another in order to be able to move on and be able to make things right, make things better than what it was. And the order that it should be is God first, family, and then your career. And at the end of the day, if you don't have that order, it will be out of order.
Amen.
Exactly.
Amen. And on that note, it's time for what we call the love shout-outs. Yeah, cue that music on up. Y'all hear that nice smoothness? Because we at Nyghtstorm Radio, we like to make people feel good no matter what they're going through. We going to give you some ways to get out of your issues, but we going to help you feel good. So this section is for the Nyghtstorm Nation members who want to send out a special shout out to their sweetie pie. And I want to say this, Jason from Nyghtstorm Nation wants the world to know that he loves his wife Erica with all of his heart, and he's serving our country in Afghanistan.
And Laura wants the world to know that she is completely in love with her new husband, Steve, as they celebrate their honeymoon in Jamaica.
Yeah, now Austin says that his wife Pamela is the greatest thing to ever happen to him. Go, Austin.
All right. And Jasmine says that her husband, Scott, is staying home from work to nurse her back to health after a major car crash. He is her Superman.
Yeah, he got that cape on for his wife. Now, Tarika, is there anything you want to say to your special sweetie pie?
Yes, I would like to give a special shout out to my husband, Darren Storr. He's in Nassau, Bahamas right now, and hopefully he will be here really soon. And I just want to tell him that I love him very much, and His Bahama mama is on the way.
Now, that's what I'm talking about, his Bahama mama. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I will say this, baby.
What's up?
I want to tell you I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you for putting up with me and all of my crap for all of these years, because we're going on 14 years
That's
now.
right.
And I thank you. I love you for being a mother, an excellent stepmother, and an exceptional wife. You are my true blessing. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Don't forget co-author.
And co-author my book.
That's right.
All right, and let me send that right back at you, YG, because you know I'm a handful. I've been a hand. My grandmama told me I ain't know how to act.
I ain't got no comment on that one.
So thank you for putting up with me and being my king, because I can't be your queen without you being my king and recognizing, you know, what you do for this family and for all of us, helping us all to be a successful blended family, for doing the things like you just did with Tarika and letting her know that you appreciate what she does. It's just the man you are. You bring it all together, YG.
Well, thank you. Hey, I just wanted to make sure.
I love it, you.
I love you too, baby. And I wanted to make sure that the Nyghtstorm Nation understands that it's about fixing these issues, because it's time to stand up, Nyghtstorm Nation. And remember, you have the strength to change your life despite adversity. We understand you because we are you.
All right. Remember to hit us up on Nyghtstorm Radio on Facebook and on Twitter at Nyghtstorm Radio, and join the Nyghtstorm Nation by going to Nyghtstorm.com. Join our mailing list. Once again, that's NYGHTSTORM.com. All right.
Yeah. How you feeling right now, my queen?
I'm feeling. How you feeling?
How you
feel
feeling,
great.
Rico?
I feel great, and thank you guys for having me on the show, and I appreciate you all too for everything.
Oh, no problem. We appreciate you coming.
My baby mama says she appreciates
That's
me.
not your baby mama.
I know, she always tell me, don't you call me your baby mother. I'm your
And I
ex.
tell you
That's
that.
right.
That's
What?
That's
We
right.
married.
Hold on, Nyghtstorm Nation. They ganging up on me in here.
right.
I mean, they trying to beat me up
No,
on
there's a
our
difference.
show.
Because it's a difference.
It is a big
It
difference.
really is. She
I
was
know.
your wife.
Yeah.
We
We're
were
gonna
married for
respect
6
that.
years.
That's
I know.
right.
And you know what? You want to know what I say to both of them? Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. This is how you stay married, and this is how you keep your ex-wife from kicking your behind. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry, Tarika.
You're forgiven.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
all right.
Well, anyway, Nyghtstorm Nation, thank you. Join us every Thursday, 11 a.m. right here on Nyghtstorm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station.